Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all well. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this 3D beaded daffodil flower using size 11 seed beads. So this is what it looks like. So it's got this 3D part on the front. So in my last video I showed you how to make these flowers and it's quite similar to that, and so by the end of this one you'll be able to make this flower as well. So for this one you're going to do the same middle part here that I'm going to show you how to do, but for the base flower you're just going to do one of those that we did in the last video instead of this one that I'm going to show you today. So to make one of these daffodils you're going to need some size 11 seed beads in yellow, and I do use two very slightly different shades, so one for the base flower and one for this part here for the funnel, and they're both size 11, and then a darker like orange for the middle as well. You'll also need your beading thread. I'm using 6 pound fire line, beading needle, and that's everything, so let's get started. So I've threaded my needle with about 40 inches of thread, and the first part we're going to be doing is this bottom flower. So whichever shade of yellow you want to use for that, or if you're doing both the same, it doesn't matter. And we're going to start with that. You're going to start by picking up 3 of those, slide those down onto your thread, just leaving a few inches for your tail, and then sew up through the first one. So that you have this. Now picking up 2 and going straight into the next one. Like that. Again picking up 2, coming out of this one and going straight through the next one. Make sure that they stack nicely like that, and then picking up 2 more, and we're coming out of this one over here, so we're going to go through the next one and up into the one above as well, so through the next 2 basically, like that. That through, make sure all those beads are sitting nicely. Okay, so now we have this time picking up 1, coming out of this one, going straight down through the next one, picking up 1, this time coming out here, so we're skipping over 1 and going through the next one, between one of those groups of 2 again, so picking up 1, coming out of this one and going straight down through the next one, again picking up 1, coming out here this time, so we're skipping over 1 and through the next one, again picking up 1, coming out here, going straight down through the next one, and the last one of the row, picking up 1, you're coming out of this bead here, you're going to skip the one underneath, go through the next one and up into that first single bead we added in this row. So through the both of those. Okay, and pull that tight, keep your tail thread pulled tight, so now you have this. We're going to put groups of 2 in between those 6 single beads that we added in that row. So picking up 2, skipping over 1, going through the next single bead. Again picking up 2, coming out of this one, skip over 1, go through that next single bead. Pick up 2, skip 1, go through 1. Pick up 2, skip over 1, go through the next one. Pick up 2, skip that next one, go through the one after that. And the last 2 of the row, picking up 2, skipping over 1, going through the next one, and up into the one above as well. Like that. Okay, so now you've got this and you're coming out the middle of one of those 6 groups of 2 that we added in the row below. So this time you're going to pick up 3 beads. So picking up 3, you're coming out of this one, you're going to go straight down through that one next to it. Make sure that they sit nice like that. Picking up 1, skip that one that's wedged in between and go through this next one, which is the first one in that next group of 2. So we have this. Now picking up 3, and you're coming out of this one, so you're going to go straight down through the next one again. Now picking up 1, skipping over 1 and going through the next one. Picking up 3, coming out here and going straight down through the next one. Okay, now picking up 1, skipping over 1 and going through the next one. Same thing all the way around. So now we're picking up 3, going straight down through the next one. Then picking up 1, skipping over 1 and going through the next one. And don't worry if it feels really tight, like these are kind of twisting, because they're not going to fit, because when you do the next few rows it's going to all straighten out, so don't worry about that at the moment. So now we're picking up 3, coming out of this one and going straight down through the next one. And then picking up 1, skipping over 1 and going through the next one. Picking up 3 and straight down through the next one. And then your last bead of the row, picking up just 1. Coming out of this bead here, so skipping over 1, going through the next one as always, and then up into the one above. So like that. Okay, so you should be coming out of one of these, this bead right here. So you've got these 6 kind of points, like a 6-pointed star. And you should be coming out of this bead on the side, not the one on the top, the one on the side of that point. And you're going to pick up 5 beads. And so you're coming out of this one, you're going to skip that one on the top and go down through the one on the other side of this point. Like that. Now you're going to cross through this one in the middle, this single bead, and then you're going to go up into this side bead on the next point, right here. Okay, so you should be coming out of the same side bead but on the next point, and then you're going to do the same. So pick up 5 and skip the one on the very top and go down through the one on the other side. Like that. Now you're going to cross through this one in the middle. And then up into the side bead at the top of the next point. Okay, so here we are again, so now you need to do the same again. So you're going to pick up 5 beads, go back into the one on this side, travel across to the next point, and do that until you've done the same to all the points. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more times, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so once you've gone all the way around, then it should look like this. So now what you need to do is take your needle off of this one and put this to the side, leaving this long working thread attached. Now you need to thread onto your needle a new piece of thread, and you're not going to need as much, and you're going to do exactly the same thing again in your second colour. If you're doing a different colour for the funnel part of the flower, then that's the colour you're going to use. So you need to do the same thing again. So you can go back to the start and watch that again and get to this point again, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so I've made another one, so this is my second one. So with this second one, what we're going to do is fold this up into the cup kind of shape. I'm going to make sure that you're coming out of one of these petals here, and you're coming out of the top side bead, not this one right on the top, but one at the side here. And then going round to the next petal, you're going to go down through these two side beads in that next petal, and then back up into the two on this one where you were originally coming out of, so through these top two beads on the side of that petal. Okay, pull that nice and tight, and it's going to bring those two together. So now you want to sew round through the one on the top, down through the two on the side, and then moving around to the next petal, you're going to go up through these two on the side, down through the two on the bottom, and then back up through the two on the side. Pull that nice and tight, and again that should close those two together. Go through the one on the top to move along, down through the two on the side. Okay, and then you're going to do the same on the next petal, so up through the two, oops, back down through two, and back up through the two over here. Okay, pull that nice and tight. So far we've got this, so you do that all the way around, so keep moving around through the one on the top, down through the two on the side. Okay, and then into the next petal, you're going to go up through the two on the side of the next one, down through those two on the other side, back up through these two, pull it tight, and that's those ones joined together. Moving across through one, and then down through the two on the side, and into the next petal. So you do that all the way around. You're just looping those groups of two down the sides of the petals together to bring them all into this kind of funnel shape. So we've just got one more to do here, and then it will be done. Okay, so I've done that last one, so it's all joined together. So this is what we have right now. So this is our little funnel shape. And so all you need to do now is tie your threads off on this one. So I'm just going to move down a little bit, and then I'm just going to tie a knot here. So I'm going to take my needle under this thread and catch that thread, and then create a loop and go through the loop to tie a knot, and then move away from it before I cut my thread. Okay, so I can cut that thread off now, and then I'll do the same with my tail thread and cut that off just so it's out of the way. Okay, so that's the funnel part all done, so you're going to put that aside and then thread your needle back onto this first flower that we made, and we're going to finish that off now. So first of all, you need to make sure that you're coming out of the same place that I am. So on one of your petals, you've got this group of 5 beads that you added on the top of each petal. You want to be coming out of the first one of those, this one right here. And then you're going to pick up 9 beads, skip over 3 and go down through the 4th bead over here, like that. So let's pull that down, so you'll have this big loop. Now we need to travel around to that same bead on the next petal, so I'm just going to go down through 1, across through this one here in the middle, and up through 2. So just again make sure that you're coming out of that first bead here of that group of 5 on the top of that petal, and then do the same. So pick up 9, skip over 3 and go down through the one after that. Okay, so we have this. So now I'm going to travel around the next petal, do the same and do it 4 more times till they've all got that 9 beads attached. Okay, so once you've added all those, this is what it should look like. So I'm just going to show you where my thread's coming out. My thread is coming out of this bead here, which is the first one in that group of 5 that we started from last time. So this bead here is the start of my group of 9 that I added. So that's where you need to be. And then you're going to go up through the first 4 of that group of 9. Like that. Now you're going to skip over the 5th one and go down through the last 4. So skip that one and go down through these last 4 on the other side. Pull that through, and then see that thread sitting on the top of that bead. You're going to just make sure that that thread pops underneath that bead, and so when you pull it tight, those 2 beads cinch together and create this pointed effect. So now I'm going to travel up to the next petal. So here I am again on the next petal. I'm coming out of that bead that's in that group of 5 that we added, and so I'm going to go up through the first 4 in our group of 9. So up through 4, skipping the 5th and going down through 4. Pull it tight so it creates the point. So you need to do that on all the other 4 petals, and then I'll show you what to do next. So once you've gone all the way around, then it should look like this. So that's that part of the flower done. This part's done. We just got to join them together now and add the little stalks in the middle. So you're going to move your thread down so you're coming out right in the middle through one of these beads, anywhere here, like kind of anywhere here in the center of the flower. And then you want to take your needle through like the center of the bottom of this, right up through there, pull that down so it sits on top like that. Then you're going to pick up 4 of your orangey colour, slide those onto your thread, holding 1 back. So you're just going to hold 1 back and go down through the other 3. Like that, and then if you hold on to that one that you held back as you pull it down, keep pulling it down. And then what you want to do is take your needle straight through the bottom again of this and through the bottom of your flower. Pull that all the way down. Keep pulling it tight until that orange little stalk that you've added sits tight against the flower. Okay, now turn it over. So wherever you're coming out, you want to go through a bead right next to where you're coming out of. And then next to where you're coming out again, just stick it straight through the middle so you're coming out this side again. And do the same again, picking up 4, slide them down a bit, skip over 1, go down through the other 3, pulling it down till it's close, and then go back through the centre, pulling it tight until it tightens, so turn it over. And again, just move through a bead next to where you're coming out of. And again, back through the centre. Okay, so now you're going to do that until you've added as many of these little stalks as you want. Okay, so once you've added all the little stalks that you want, then just kind of pull this apart, and wherever it feels a bit loose, like here, this is where we're going to attach it together. So move your thread around to where it feels like loose, like this side needs to be anchored down to the flower. So at the minute my thread is coming out here on the back, so I'm just going to poke it through to this side of the flower. Okay, so it's coming out this side of the flower, and then you're just going to anchor it by going through one of these beads on this funnel part that's going to anchor it in place. So I'm just going to go through one of those and then back through the flower to the other side, pulling that nice and tight. Then again, turn it over, go through a bead next to where you're coming from, and then actually this time move around a little bit through a few beads. Okay, so you've gone through a few beads, and then again stick your needle through the piece to make it come out this side. Now anchor it to whichever bead is going to sit close to that. So go through a bead on this funnel part, like that, and then back, poke your needle back through to the back side of the piece. And again, go through a bead near to where you're coming out of and move around for a few beads. Take your needle through to the front again. And keep repeating this until you feel like this funnel part is anchored all the way around and it's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to wobble. So yeah, just keep doing that until you feel like this is nice and secure. And then all you need to do is tie off your threads and it all finished. Okay, so once you've done all that, then it's all finished, and so this is what you should have. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and you're able to make one of these cute daffodils. I think this would make a really nice brooch, especially if you added like a leaf onto it as well. Let me know anything else you'd like to see in the comments below, and like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed to see more of my videos. You can follow me on Instagram at Beading by Hannah. Thanks so much for watching everyone, see you next time, bye!